everyone, my name is Nono98Ben, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Last episode we worked on the roller coaster, which is located like 1,000 blocks behind me. And I said last episode we're also going to be working on this tower behind me, but I kind of changed my mind. I don't want to work on it this episode. Instead, I want to work on a few other projects I've been slowly working on. One of them being a honey factory, and maybe working on my rail a little bit. At least like getting like an interchange or whatever. But yeah, I wanted to work on this project, but it's just I haven't had the time. I've been so swamped with graduating college and all this other stuff, and just working and job searching and all that. So I really haven't had a lot of time to really play this game until more recently. Because Minecraft 1.17 just came out and all that, and so now I have a lot more time on my hands. But I also started a new job on. Well, probably when you see this, I will have already started that new job. But I'm very excited about the opportunity and all that. But in the meantime, I have a little bit more free time to play the game, at least for a week or two. Then I don't know how busy my schedule gets, and maybe I'll actually get a legit schedule going where I can actually record videos and post them and just show how much fun I'm having in this game. So I've been working on this honey farm a little bit, or bee farm rather, and I decided to go a little bit overkill. I've already started the honey farm a while ago, but I really didn't start working on it till like this week or whatever. And so I've done a little bit of designing interior wise, but it's a little overkill. So I'm trying to stick with the diorite and birch theme of the base, because that is the theme of the base, but I also wanted to implement these honeycomb blocks in, and so the design all has it all in there. And the exterior of this building is going to be dark oak. So if you never watched one of my videos before, I have the dark oak section, which is going to be like all of this, and then I have the birch base, which is all birch themed, and then I have like oak. I have like little areas where I'm trying to keep themes going. So like over there, that's kind of the transition into all oak buildings. But over here is supposed to be all dark oak. But this is connected to the base. I have a little tunnel here, and you can look at the sheep farm, and you come out here, and it just worked out perfectly. Almost perfectly, but it lined up pretty decent. So I have a total of 256 beehives I'm going to need, which will be over 750 bees. This side's going to be all honeycomb, and this side's all going to be honey bottles. This side's kind of like been started, but I haven't really finished it yet. This side is operational. It's almost a quarter of the way done, at least for the bees. Then I can come down here and I can collect the honeycomb right now. So if I come over here, I can see how much honeycomb I've already collected. And this is just like, this is less than 10 minutes. It's going to be overkill. So I decided to use it for the path or whatever and all that. And then this is where I've been breeding bees and putting them in beehives and then moving them over. I've only upset the bees twice, and it's really scary because having like 50 bees mad at you at once it isn't really fun, because they can pretty much knock you out. Then the roof line I have here, this is kind of, I think it's one block too low right now, but this is kind of what I'm going to do for the block line. And I kind of want to use the honey blocks on the outside. But sadly, the walls have to be too thick because I need the dark oak and browns theme on the outside, and the inside has to be white and birch. So this works out perfectly being up in the air like this, because I can use this as storage from underneath. So I have hoppers that will transport all the honeycomb and all the bottles out, and I can just have a bunch of storage right underneath it. Don't have to dig it out. I just have to build it up. And then to get up on top, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to have like an entrance here and an entrance there as like a way to walk through it, and then I can have this come all the way out there with another entrance, and you walk up a little staircase outside to get up into the main part of the factory. But I really don't want to have like staircases and stuff like that. I really didn't plan for it. The other thing that this bee farm will allow me to do, and of course this is long term, and I really have plans long term for this. It's very ambitious plans. It never stops. Whenever I really don't know what I'm doing in this world, I plan things out, and I'll just like walk around or fly around and just figure out what I want to do and where I want to put things. And I think right here, someday, maybe, whenever we expand across the river, if we ever get this far, this area's still got a lot of gray area in what I want to do. But I can put a bridge right here, and it will line up perfectly right over there. I checked out the level, and it was all the same. So if you're wondering how the bee farm actually works, I should probably explain that. This is the most basic bee farm that I could find on the interwebs, and how it works is each beehive has a honey level of 5, and so you have to have 5 bees bring honey into it, and then you can collect the honey, either honeycombs or honey bottles. Use the honey. The honey bottles can be used to drink, for food, or they can be used for crafting the honey blocks, which are kind of like slime blocks. The honeycombs can be used to make the honeycomb blocks and more beehives, at least in 1.15, which is still the version I'm playing on, even though 1.17 is out. But in 1.17, you can use the honeycombs to wax the new copper blocks, and I think you can wax something else with it. I don't really remember. The other thing it allows us to do is make candles, which I really think the candles are a cool addition to the game. So I want to make candles as soon as I can, but I'm not ready to update. I still have not played this update enough for me to update. So if you, one of the things I have in this world is with updating it, is I won't update the world until I played the update enough, because I really didn't get to play a lot of 1.14, and I really didn't really get to play a lot of 1.15. So because of that, I really feel like I should just try to enjoy the new features still, and then I can update to 1.16 or 1.17 or 1.18, and I have all this new stuff again to keep me motivated. But it kind of motivates me to work on some of these projects before I can update. So going back to the bee farm, I'm getting really sidetracked today. And I have a new skin right now too. I have a different color, but I'll get to that later. So essentially, we have the beehive that would be this block here. This is a dispenser, which you can put shears in or bottles. So each level of honey, it will track one block. So once you get to all 5 honey levels, the signal reaches the dispenser, and it will activate it, and it will get rid of the honey, and whether it be the bottles or the shears, and then it resets to 0. It works like this compact, sharing this row, because the level will never be will never grow to 6. So as long as the level never gets to 6, it won't activate the surrounding dispensers on the other side. Since it only goes up to 5, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the most it will make it is right here. So it's never an issue with the signal growing too high, because bee farms or beehives only go up to like level 5 on a comparator. To refill this stuff, that's going to be the more painful part. I'll have a maintenance hatch so I can check on things at least, because this is all going to be covered up. I'm going to put like white glass in the middle here so I can still peek down, but I'm trying to hide some of this wiring because it's cobblestone. It's not very pretty. So I have on the ends, I'm just going to break through. On the ends, I have like a shear drop off there and another shear drop off, where I can just put a bunch of shears in, and they'll go right into all the dispensers, and I never have to worry about it. Now, if I fill up every single hopper, every single spot with shears, I calculated it to be about 13 stacks of iron blocks. That's how many iron blocks I'll need to craft enough shears to fill up both sides, and that will yield me almost 1,000,000 honeycomb blocks if I were to just use honeycomb blocks. But the problem is, once you craft honeycomb blocks, like so, you can't uncraft them. So you kind of have to leave them in honeycomb form. If I want to turn off the farm, all I have to do is put trapdoors in front of the hives, and that'll make it where the bees can't leave the hive. And that's one of the ways how I can trap them into the hives, like those right here, or where I've been using the hives right here. I still got to finish these rooms. That's one of the things I have on the list. But this has been the project I've been working on quite a bit lately. I've had lots of inspiration to just get this thing done. It's going to be huge, though. It's very overkill, like I said. I'm going to have a lot of storage, especially for the honey bottles, because they take up one spot each. But it's something that I want to be able just to have a lot on standby, so I can just build with it if I want to build with it, or if they add something new like waxing copper blocks. I have all of these honeycombs I can just use, and just I have it readily available. So that's kind of what my plan is and what's going on. I really don't have the full design of this done because I've kind of just been playing with it. The only other things that I have is that, like, the maintenance hatch, to get like in the wiring, I'm going to have an entrance down in here. I also need to put in another entrance. I should do that right now before I forget. Back here in the wiring, I have this like little area up here, which was the refill for my flower farm or whatever, where I just step on the pressure plate. I have that over here too, but that's a whole sidetrack. I'm getting really sidetracked because I am excited. It's been an awesome day for me personally, but we have this farm to do, and I'm just going to continue grinding on it, doing some more off-camera building. Probably won't put many more beehives in because the bee breeding process is the tough part and the long part. So we'll check back in here shortly. All right, so it has been about a day of building, and I'm kind of at a roadblock. Not necessarily on the design, maybe a little bit on the design, but mostly on the resource part of the base. Or not base. It looks like a base to me, but it's a honey factory. Yeah, now it's really looking like a factory. Because I wanted to go with the like birch white interior, and I wanted a dark exterior, and I think I've really accomplished this. So I'll use my last rocket. We'll fly up here, and this thing is really taking shape. I'm really happy with the way it looks. What I'm not happy about is the blocks I used. I'm good on diorite, because I never use diorite. I'm almost out of glass, which I haven't run out of glass in, feels like almost 2 years. I smelted like 6-7 double chests just to make sure I had enough to last a long time. Diorite, I still have like another half chest full. Brown terracotta, I have enough to finish about another half of this, and then I'll be out of brown terracotta. And I just mined this over from the Badlands, which I have over that way. Dark oak is the one that I'm really upset about running low on. You'd think after mining 45,000 dark oak logs, you'd have a lot, but apparently I'm almost out. I have looked everywhere. I've checked chests that I haven't even checked for stuff in like 2 years. Like when I built that clock tower, I checked the chests from in there to make sure I didn't have any leftover dark oak wood. The only place that I can find dark oak wood that I probably haven't checked yet is the giant mega tower uh, of Doom, or not Doom. That's probably the only place I have it left. I haven't really checked. The roller coaster, I took the extra wood there, but I crafted too many fences. So dark oaks when I really need to finish it. Even birchwood, I'm low on birchwood, and I had two double chests of birch logs at one point. So I'm running low on a lot of resources to build this. It's a very resource heavy base, and I wasn't not base building, and I wasn't really expecting that. The honeycomb blocks, they come slowly. I can get about 3 stacks every hour or something like that right now. Um, that's enough for me at the moment. I need a lot more, but because I'm still not finished. But it is what it is. So essentially, I'm kind of like doing the alternating glass, birch, or glass wood, honeycomb wood, glass wood, and I have a little bit of wood left. Oh, I have enough to finish it actually. There we go. Finish that little section, I guess. Uh, the only thing I'm really not sure about are the two ends of this building. So like this last wall is going to be the complicated one because I don't have any idea on what I'm going to do for it, and it's going to be different from the wall way at the end because I kind of did this on like a spur of the moment thing because I don't use creative mode for creating stuff. I mean, I used creative mode to test the bee farm, made sure it worked, like the basic design, but I'm putting in an entrance right here, and then I'm gonna terraform. I'm actually gonna terraform out here a little bit so I can make a path coming out on the side. I'll be running along the building. Over here, though, is where more confusion starts. So right here we have this section here. This is the highest the base will not base the building will get, about 2 blocks higher than this for the brown terracotta, which I don't have any on me. I know where there's like I have like a few stacks way over there, but I'm not going to walk back because I'm out of rockets. And so over here, what I'm going to do is I'm like gonna block it off. So the grass is gonna kind of be raised a little bit up here, and it's just this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the land. Try to keep it. Try to naturally flow it in here. It's not gonna be natural because it's gonna be a square, but that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Block it off there, and it's gonna go all the way to the end. And I think I decided it would be this block where I end it, and this will all be covered up with dirt and grass as well. And since this is going to be raised up a little bit higher, I don't want to be able to see it from the other side of this mountain. So I might terraform this up as well. And I'm really against terraforming the area because I've really tried to keep the area as natural as possible, at least in this area. Not so much over there. That's a whole different story because that's like almost flat. And over there I did some terraforming, but I've really tried to leave this mountain alone. I really don't want to touch it, but I'm at the point where I really don't have a choice because I don't want to see this building from the other side. And it's really nitpicky, but that's kind of like one of those things that I really wanted to do when I set out on this world. But this wall I really can't touch. I'm set on stone on this design. This actually gives me an idea for the other side. So that's kind of a good idea that I did that earlier. The problem with the whole design also goes with the ceiling. I might have to redo this ceiling because of the way that I'm doing the ceiling over here with the diorite. I have to kind of block it. But the blocking like methods where this like 3x4 section, it's not like where it's at. It's not gonna work all through here because it's not gonna line up with this here and all that. So because of that, I run into more issues, and I can either just raise it up and not deal with it, or I can just leave it birch like this. So I'm debating on what I want to do there. I might just rip it out, redo the whole thing, and I really don't want to do that. This stuff though, I'm not touching. I'm leaving it the same. This was the first thing here. I have this here for actually like 2 or 3 episodes before this one. I actually built this. I had the bees in here because I was starting to breed bees way before I started the project. I can't really move this. The chest, I set on putting chest here at the beginning, so I'm leaving the chest. This is eventually going to be an entrance, but uh, right now it's just kind of a hole on the wall, I suppose. So that's kind of where I'm at on this whole thing. I got lots of resource gathering to do, and I don't know if we'll even get it done by the end of the episode, but I'm going to try and try to get it done. Time kind of gets a little bit crunchy for me for the next week, so maybe just in a little spare time I can grind out some materials and maybe finish the outline, finish this roof and all that over this honey factory. I also finished the redstone in here. That's the other thing I did. But I don't have any of the hoppers in for this one because I need like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I need total like 12 to 15 stacks of hoppers yet, which I can get that easily. But again, I'm low on wood and all that. This side's got most of the hoppers in. As you hear all the bees going in and out. I have all the hoppers all the way going to the end, but I need some stuff for the storage room, and that's what I forgot to show, was the storage room. So we head over here. Hopefully there's no mobs, because I've had a lot of mob problems. Looks like we are in the clear. So down here, I mentioned before, this is going to be the storage room area. It's got the same exact pattern as above. This is going to be slightly different though, which is why I have this block thing here, whatever. So that's kind of what I have going on there, and there's really not much more to say about it other than this is where I'm collecting the honey right now, and I actually think I need more honey blocks anyways. Yeah, see, I'm getting honey. This side's a little bit faster than this side because I have more bees, but I have enough to get most of this roof done. I do need to actually make more shears, put them in there, and all that too, but we'll get to that eventually. But that's pretty much the update, and so I'm just going to grind this out for a little bit and catch back up when I get somewhere where it looks like I'm almost done with it or something like that. So, you know when you say, I'll probably get it done in about a week? Well, it actually has been 9 weeks, and we are pretty much done, though. I had to get a lot of resources to finish this thing, or get it close. And we're not done. We still got a lot of work to do, but the whole design of the base, block placing on exterior and interior is pretty much done, except for the wall down there. And I ended up redoing the ceiling like I thought I would, but I actually ran out of diorite twice. I ran out of birchwood, of course. I was completely out. Went and cut down another forest of dark oak logs, and I think I'm out again. And then brown terracotta ran out twice. What else did I run out on? Glass. I actually have been mining glass like crazy because I did some calculations, okay? I did some calculations to get all the shears needed to fill every slot here. I would need approximately 11 stacks of iron blocks converted into shears. I did just that. I used 8. I'm missing 3. I could have put more on there. Then I started the glass bottle side, and I realized I needed like 27 double chests of glass just to fill up all the hoppers. But if I'm going to have a huge supply, I'm going to run out of glass bottles up here. So I need, like, in reality, 54 double chests of glass blocks to make glass bottles. So I have been grinding every chance I get to just get glass bottles to fill it, and I almost have enough. And now I do have enough to just fill all the dispensers. I couldn't just like fill each one of these hoppers up with like 2 or 3, because if I would have, I'd run into some problems where the redstone wouldn't click. Like when the redstone would click over and you have, your 5 honey in there, it shoots a random item and it wouldn't shoot out the bottle. So I would lose honey from it, and I wasn't liking that. So I ended up just going down the line and just manually inputting them all in the bottles. So I still need to get a lot more bottles, but at least have enough bottles to where I don't have to worry about it anymore. We got our entrances in and paths, and we got the entrance. We have the other entrance, which still isn't done yet either. But this base, or not base, again, this is a honey farm, honey factory. And it's really starting to get laggy because as we get more beehives in here, it's just going to continue to get laggier, and eventually I'll have to shut them off. That's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do eventually, and it's probably going to be this half of it, the first half of both sides, because that way when I'm in the base, it's not always running. To meeting room, rail, or tunnel. That's what this room's going to turn into, which isn't this episode. It'll be next episode or the episode after. That'll be an interesting project. But if we look at this here, I still got to fix that like I thought I would, which I think I had a plan for it, but I kind of forgot my plan. So we're just going to run with it. I might just leave it for now and just not do anything about it. So then if we come out to the front, we got our theme back here, and we got our storage room that it has just it's laggy. Wow. It's probably because I'm recording it, but this is a lot of chests and a lot of hoppers. A ridiculous amount, and I ended up splitting this whole side is the entire one side of honeycombs, and then the other side does the other side, and we've got about 2 double chests of honeycombs right now, and then this is all honey blocks, or honey bottles rather, and we have the honey bottles on 4 different loops, I guess, or systems, where this does a quarter, the other one does a quarter, a quarter, and a quarter, because this is double-sided as well. But currently I only have bees hooked up to this one here. So these are all the honey blocks I've crafted, and then these are all the honey bottles we currently have. The only thing that's really going to make this farm not so much fun is that I have to manually craft all the honey blocks. But this is more honey blocks than I have slime blocks, and I don't think I even have enough for a slime block thing. I haven't even made a slime farm, and usually that's the first. So anyways, from the outside, this is what the base looks like all together, and it is breathtaking. I love it just as much as I did when I first said so. It has been so incredible to witness building this. I never thought I'd build anything remotely close to this. And it really doesn't fit into the base theme that well, which is why I wanted to hide it behind the mountain. But it's so cool to see this happen. And man, this lag is awful today. I think I'm just not having a good day for the computer. But even it doesn't really block the view so much because we still have all these trees here. I didn't have to wreck the landscaping too much, I guess. And then we have the area here I can still build on. Maybe build a bridge over, I don't know. And in order to get to the other side, we have to walk through the doors. And there actually is no current staircase upstairs. That's something yet to be done, but like I said, oh no, I guess I didn't explain that. I decided to put a meeting room in here, like a B meeting room or whatever, like maybe a conference room or whatever. Put one in like this area here in the inner workings, and then we have another entrance right here. It was just the way things lined up. I had an empty space, so we can make a tunnel that'll go up into that one little room with the rail and meeting room. So I don't know if that'll be a redstone rail down here or if it's just going to be a path. I haven't really decided yet. I'll cross that bridge when it comes, but we have a lot of potential for out here now because we have a pathway and it's already cleared of trees anyways, so look on it from this side. I guess I need slow falling potions, but I don't have a really good brewing area. So that has been pretty much what I've been working on for 2 months is glass gathering and just resource gathering. Because I finished this about a month ago, but I just haven't had much time to record it. Just lots of noise in the background and just not a lot of quiet time where you won't get interrupted or anything like that. So if we head over to the desert, I do want to show the desert because it is pretty much gone. I've pretty much used up every sand block in this desert. I'm going to run into like lava or something. I can't see. And so here's what's left of the desert. I only have this little patch of sand left, and then it's all gone. And then I have to move over to the next desert, which I already know where it's at. This is a very small desert anyways, and then eventually we can put a project here or a farm here. But I started out mining the sand right in the middle and ended up taking out pretty much the whole thing. And this thing goes over this way and all that. And I've gotten about 130,000 blocks of sand from it. Then my super smelters come in handy smelting it all. So the only thing is I'm not crossing the river because the Badlands is going to stay. So that's where I was getting all my sand from, and I still got to clean it up. I'll probably take the sandstone out too, but I probably won't even mention where I get the sandstone from. And so now I've gathered some of my leftover glass, and then I have 9 shulker boxes full. So I can add some more beehives, and I'm going to try to add it to the honey block side here and finish this side out, and then I'll put the rest on this side. But I'm out of poppies here, so I believe I have a stash still at spawn to get more poppies. I only have like 2 stacks left, so I'll probably bring over a ton, and then I have all these beehives are completely full of bees from here, which I've been breeding them, and crazy amount of bees. It's starting to really lag, but let's go over there and get some more poppies and come right back. And then I can also show you guys spawn a little bit. And while I'm here, it's a perfect way to show spawn once again, even though it's been seen multiple times. The ever so changing spawn that will eventually be a big project itself, but I mean it already is, but not yet for an episode. But I'm just kind of in the early stages of planning it, and it's a little easier to do it this way. Oh, I have more cobblestone here. It's a little bit easier to just like do all the hard work, I guess, the grindy stuff, and then work on it episode to episode. But right now, I think, yeah, here's my poppies from when I had all the iron golem farms. Stock up. And head back. This should also give us a good look at the building in the dark, which on the sides it's not lit up, but on the top it looks really nice illuminated. And I could have put glowstone, I could have put carpets, but I liked this better. So that's what it looks like at night. Really nice and bright, no mobs. Then below, no mobs there as well. Just the way we like it. I saw you, creeper. And actually, the good thing about making this farm at night, or doing work on this farm at night, is that bees don't come out of their hive at night unless you irritate them. So it's really helpful to work at night, which I completely forgot about, and it was completely unintended to do that, so it just worked out that way. And this is what it looks like when pretty much every bee leaves to say hi, to get their nectar, or their pollen, I can't remember. Get whatever they need to get their honey. Some of them are all babies, some of them are all adults. They all head inside. I don't know. I think it's cool to watch these bees sometimes. But one thing's for sure, I didn't have enough to do the whole row. Almost did. I still need a lot more bees. No! I just died. Oh, I was getting ready to end the episode, and I finally died. I haven't died in so long. Oh, I was out resource gathering, getting some logs, and decided I'm just going to go into these caves, yada, 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 and next thing I know is I'm dead. So, oh man, just got a little bit too greedy there and was trying to explore caves. The creeper got stuck in like fly mode and all that. The only reason why I'm making such a big deal about it is because when I died, I had over 10 days of in-game play time without dying, which is my own personal record. So, on 46 levels, that's not too big of a deal for me. As long as I get my stuff back, but I should have some stuff. Ooh, I like that sword. Luckily, I do have backup elytras to get back because I was 2,000 blocks away. So it's going to be kind of interesting to end this episode, I guess. And normally it wouldn't be such a big deal to die, but I had 11 shulker boxes on me and most of them were empty. I had all my... Oh, no, I guess I didn't have all my valuables on me, but I had some valuable things on me, so... Oh, man. That's hard. That's hard. Hard loss. I was just kind of thinking, like, well, I'm kind of trying to plan out where I'm going to get all my resources from for the next foreseeable future because I kind of ran out of forests to chop down. So I was moving over to the next area, which ended up being in this vicinity next to this desert. I think it's supposed to be nighttime too in a minute. We'll see. And I saw this village here. I'm like, I can raid the village. So I came down in here. I gotta heal all the way up though. I'm going to run this way real quick, make sure I'm cleared. Oh, good. Everything's here. I just hope there's nothing here to kill me around the corner. Doesn't look like it. Not yet, anyways. Let's just put some stuff away real quick. Pick everything up. Awesome. That doesn't always happen. I always try to document when I die on here because I don't die very often, so I just wanted to showcase me in a panic mode because it's not often that I die on here. I think that's only my like 17th total death in almost 3 years. All because I came down here, had a skeleton and a creeper right here chasing me, so I jumped out this way, got stuck into fly mode right here, got hit by another creeper, which flung me over here, and then skeleton down there and a skeleton here shot me, and so I died right here. I'll put 4 little torches there as a place I died, and we'll go back over to the bee farm. Alright, we're back at the base. I'm still really disorganized, but doesn't really matter. I can reorganize between episodes. And right now, as we speak, the glass bottles are filtering in all the way to the front, or I guess the back. And we are at this hopper, which means this is the 62nd on this side, because I think there's 128 here and another 128 here. I think that's what I had. And so we almost got this whole entire side, which means I can get the rest of the bees in here and have 1/4 of this farm fully operational. I still got to breed a lot of bees, and it's going to be a while before I can get all the bees for the whole thing. But this project is done enough for me to say it's complete. Even though it's not complete, I think it's complete enough to finish it off. So if we just see how much we've gotten in honey, I don't have a staircase over there. I got to come outside. But if I come over here, we can see how much we've got so far just during this video, I guess. And that's how many honey bottles, and I already crafted some honey blocks too. If we come over here, we have a little bit more and a ton of honey blocks. So I'd say we are over 9 stacks of honey blocks just in the building of this. And then if we come over here to the honeycomb, I know this side has more, but we got at least 1 full double chest on this side, and we're closing in on more. Double chest full. This double chest should be full by now. Yep, and then the hoppers are full behind it. So we've gotten a ton of honey in the process of this. So if we come over here, we can see what it looks like from the outside. And I kind of wanted to put like a bee face here, but maybe we'll change that later. I just don't feel like getting the stained glass for it at the moment. So maybe sometime we might make some additions and just kind of like modify things throughout the world. I'm kind of thinking about modifying a few of the builds here and there, but not like substantially. Like the PO maybe modified in some way in the future. But I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Took me over 2 months to make the full episode, but nevertheless, the bee farm is pretty much complete, and we can check this thing off because I'm never going to do it again. This is one of the longest projects I've ever done. I mean, this thing looks incredible. Don't get me wrong. I love this, but I never want to build a bee farm like this again. This is overkill, which I love going overkill on projects, especially because now I never need to worry about getting honey or any of that stuff ever again. And I think we have enough honey already to make it into the 1.17 update, because we're not even on 1.17 yet. We're on 1.15. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and as always, have a good one.